Today is 8th of August 2025. Yesterday and the day before yesterday, I talked about the 6th cause to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. So today we will talk about the 7th one. The 7th cause to sharpen the controlling faculties is to establish mindfulness with disregard for body and life. I repeat, to establish mindfulness with disregard for body and mind. So mainly to disregard body and mind without concern of the body and mind, developing mindfulness, developing concentration, developing wisdom. And the main meaning or the theme of this is to develop the disattachment towards body and life. To not to show so much concern, so much regard towards body and life, or we can also say showing indifference towards body and life. So this is the 7th cause to sharpen the controlling faculties. As I have just mentioned, the main purpose of this cause is to minimize, to reduce the attachment that we have towards our body and towards our life. Especially when we are in the meditation center while practicing meditation. But of course, at times, if we have too much attachment to our body, to our life, it halts, it hinders even to go to meditation center, even to go to monastery. Who has so much attachment towards body, he or she is even not there enough to go to meditation center to practice. At the time of the Buddha, there was Queen Khema, the royal consort of King Bimbisara. You might know about her, Queen Khema. And she was not an ordinary woman. She was someone to be a chief female disciple. She was to be a female chief disciple, but initially avoided visiting the Buddha out of fear that he might speak against vanity and sensual pleasure, as she was deeply attached to her own beauty. She was so beautiful, so she had fear that Buddha might speak against vanity, sensual pleasure, against his beauty, because she was so much attached to her own beauty. So this is just the example. This is just if we have so much attachment that may halt even to go to monastery, even to go to meditation center. Like if I were to go to meditation center, practice meditation, I wouldn't be able to wear makeup, use cosmetic, work out, or enjoying my favorite food. And they may think, oh no, what about my hair? What about my face? What about my skin? What about my body? So those who have so much attachment towards their body, they are not even there enough to go to meditation center to practice. So how they will develop mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. Yeah. So like you are here, so we witness that you have not that much attachment to your body and life. But still, when we practice meditation, we may face difficulties. We encounter difficulties, we encounter pain, unpleasant sensation. And when we face unpleasant sensation and pain, again, if we have so much attachment towards our body and life, he or she is still not there enough to face that unpleasant sensation, that pain, and he or she ends up shifting his or her body, shifting his or her posture constantly. And a yogi who keeps shifting, changing, moving constantly, immediately and constantly, then it is really difficult to develop concentration. He or she is even not there to face the slightest pain. Again, he or she may, because fear is there, simply the fear is there. That is why Buddha mentioned in Dhammapada. Dhammapada means the collection of the verses. In among those many, one verse mentions that from endearment or from attachment comes sorrow, and from endearment or attachment comes fear. This is how fear comes. For one who is free from endearment or attachment, there is no sorrow. So how can there be fear? So this is what that verse mentions. That means if you have so much attachment, then you have fear. You have fear that something will happen. Something will happen due to the pain. Maybe you may be afraid of being sick, or maybe some damage in your body. So same thing happens when you when you practice meditation. If you have much concern for your body and life, you are not there enough to face the unpleasant sensation. You will end up fearing sickness and diseases. Sickness and diseases. Not only sickness and diseases, some even may be a fear of like, will this pain ruin my appearance? Will what used to look beautiful become unattractive? So and so. These kind of fear arise. So there will not be sacrifice. There will not be sacrifice. There will not be the braveness. Mind become coward. Mind become coward to face the unpleasant sensation. So that is why in this seventh cause, it is mentioned that to maintain the mindfulness with disregard for body and life, or showing indifference or showing disattachment towards body and life. That is these seven cause. And if you have not much attachment, then fear will not arise. You will not worry much about your body, much about your life. Because meditation, there is no records. There are no records of people getting sick or developing ailments from meditation. But there have been many meditators who cured their chronic diseases and even cancer through meditation. So with that conviction, with that belief, we have to show that less attachment to our body and life, especially when we face the unpleasant sensation and pain. Not only unpleasant sensation, at times when your concentration deepens, terrible, horrible images suddenly may appear. At that time also fear may arise. Suddenly, unexpectedly, a horrible, terrible type of images may appear by themselves. So no need to worry about your life, no need to worry about your body. So that is also the reason. And I have to add the eighth cause to explain more about this seventh cause, because seventh and eighth cause are interrelated. The eighth cause is overcoming the difficulties, especially unpleasant sensation, through the uplifting energy. Through the uplifting energy. That is the eighth cause to sharpen the controlling faculties. When you have difficulties, when you have unpleasant sensation, obstacles, or when mind slackens, when mind is discouraged, when mind is about to give up, when mind is about to surrender, at that time, through the development of uplifting energy, sharpening the controlling faculties, and improving in meditation. So seventh and eighth cause are interrelated, because seventh cause says that you have to show the disregard towards, disattachment towards body and life. At the same time, you have to apply uplifting energy. While facing the pain, you have to show disattachment towards your body and towards your life. At the same time, you have to overcome the mentality which wants to give up, the mentality which wants to surrender the pain, the mentality which wants to back up, but through the application of the uplifting energy. So there are three kinds of energy, effort. The first is initial effort. Second is uplifting effort or boosting up effort. And the third is culminating effort, with which goal is reached. In this way, there are three kinds of effort. Initial effort means the effort which is applied when we observe the presently arising object. Every moment we observe presently arising, to observe presently arising object, we apply effort. That is initial energy. When I observe rising as rising, we apply effort. I have already mentioned, without effort, we can't propel our mind towards meditative object. We can't observe the meditative object. We can't develop mindfulness. So effort is there in each and every observation of presently arising object. So that is initial or launching energy. Launching energy. And walking also, to observe right step, left step, lifting, dropping, lifting, moving and dropping. If it is in day-to-day activities, when we stretch, when we bend, when we stand up, when we sit down, while eating, drinking, to observe those activities, the energy, the effort that we apply is called initial or launching effort. To observe presently arising object. When pain becomes obvious, unpleasant sensation become obvious. Not only unpleasant sensations, not only the pain, but when you face difficulties, as I mentioned yesterday, when you don't see the distinctive progress, when you think you are not making progress, hence mind wants to give up, wants to surrender, want to back off. So at that time, to beat that mentality, which is about to give up, which is about to give up, to beat that mind or to overcome that mind, to dispel that mind, initial effort is not sufficient. Now you need another level of effort, that is uplifting effort. Second level of effort. The first level is to just to observe presently arising object. The second is when you have difficulties, obstacles, to overcome that or to go through these obstacles, difficulties, unpleasant sensation. To go through, you need second level of energy, that is uplifting energy. And the nature of the energy is the endurance, patience. It has enduring power. Effort has enduring power while facing difficulties. This is the nature of effort. And the function of the effort is to support, to prop up, to support. The example here given is, imagine a house which is, imagine a dilapidated house which is about to collapse. Even a small gust of wind can bring it down. At that time, what we do, we prop it up with 2x4s. When we prop it up with 2x4s, it continues to stand. It continues to stand. Now it doesn't collapse. So that 2x4s, just as the 2x4 supports that house in order to not to collapse, similarly uplifting, boosting up effort supports the mind which is about to collapse, which is about to give up, which is about to surrender because of difficulties, because of pain, and so on. So second level of effort is needed while facing pain. So not just showing disregard or disattachment towards body and life, but to develop the uplifting energy. That is the meaning of the eighth causative factor, to sharpen. If you keep giving up, if you always surrender, then you can never go through it. Your energy is not uplifted. Your energy is always in the same level. And you can't develop good concentration, because you are always giving up. You are always giving up. Means you are changing the posture, you are shifting, you are moving, when it is about to develop concentration. So that's why to develop concentration, you have to go through. So how to go through the pain, unpleasant sensation? First, you have to change your mentality towards the opinion, the idea or concept towards the pain and unpleasant sensation. Unpleasant sensation, pain is not arising due to the meditation. We think pain and unpleasant sensation arise due to meditation. In fact, we have been living with these unpleasant sensations and pain throughout our whole life. But we were just not aware of. That's all. But unpleasant sensations, pain are there all over the body, from top of the head to the tip of the toes. When concentration deepens, you will experience. So that means pain is not arising because of the cushion, because of the meditation, of course not. Because yes, some when body contact, when the rough impingement is there, that may cause the pain. That is one thing. When body contact, roughly contact with the external object, that is also the reason. But generally, like we have back pain, we have head pain, all over the body we have pain, non-related with the contact, impingement with the external object. Means they are there. They are there, so always there. So that's why pain is not arising due to the meditation. So that mentality, that concept, we have to remove first. Then the second is, we don't observe pain, unpleasant sensation to make them disappear, to get rid of them. That is also incorrect. We don't observe pain, unpleasant sensation to make them disappear. That is not our goal of observing unpleasant sensation. We observe simply to develop mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. We observe rising and falling to develop mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Similarly, we observe pain, unpleasant sensation to develop mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. We observe thinking thoughts to develop mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. We observe movements of the leg. We observe bodily activities to develop mindfulness, concentration, wisdom. So you have to clear in your mind that you are not observing. You have to make sure that you are not observing that pain to make the pain disappear. If you have, then there will be expectation. And that expectation is hindrance that will halt you to not to progress. That's why pain keeps coming, no change, can't go through, because you are stagnant, you are stuck there. You are stuck there because of expectation. So don't observe pain, unpleasant sensation with expectation. Observe to develop mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, or to know about the pain, to investigate about the pain, to do researchment about the pain. If you penetrate into that pain, you will see many things, many fascinating things, many interesting things inside the pain. With that mentality, first you have to zoom in. Zoom in, you have to zoom in. But again, our mind, your mind generally does not try its best to zoom in because there is resist. Resist because of, again, the mentality. You behave the pain, you hate the pain, you don't like it. You don't have acceptance. You have to accept. You should not resist. You should not react. Try not to resist, try to accept, like you accept rising, falling. You accept thinking and thoughts to observe. So acceptance is needed during the practice. Whatever object arises, you have to accept. Acceptance is needed. And don't behave like your enemy. It's not your enemy. You don't need to hate pain, unpleasant sensation, because you don't know the benefits of observing pain. You don't know the benefits or advantages that you can enjoy observing the pain. In fact, by observing pain, your mind becomes like double strong. Observing other objects, your mind is getting strong. But when you observe pain, there is double strong pain. Now, not just initial effort, you have another level of effort. Uplifting effort is there. Meanwhile, patience is there, because patience also have the enduring quality. Endurance is there. So patience is there, and uplifting energy is there, and easy to develop concentration. While observing pain, unpleasant sensation, easy to develop concentration. That means your mind becomes stronger. Your mind becomes stronger. In our life, have to face many ups and downs, many obstacles, many difficulties, worldly affairs. So if mind is not strong, your mind is not capable, strong enough to face, confront, deal those ups and downs, affairs, difficulties, and you end up with sufferings. That is why the mental problems occur, because your mind is weak enough. Your mind is weak. If your mind is strong, then you will not end with mental problems. In that sense, also, your mind must be strong enough. So contemplate in that way. This pain is here to support me, to assist me to make my mind stronger. With that mentality and without expectation, observe it. First, zoom in as possible as you can. When you zoom in, first you may see the different things happening, or you may see, oh, it is not just the pain, it is in fact the compound of many sensations: the tightness, tension, prickling, throbbing, burning, many sensations, consisting many sensations. You may see the changes of those sensations. When you see in that way, you feel a relief. Now it becomes easier to be with unpleasant sensation. If you don't see anything, then it's hard to endure, because the mind mistakes that, oh, pain is always there, it is not changing, it is just increasing, nothing is happening. So that's why it's difficult to observe pain. But as you see changes, as you see something happening inside the pain, it gets easier. That's why penetrate into that unpleasant sensation or pain. Or at least when you penetrate into the pain, at times you may feel like that pain is not related to your body, like it's apart from your body. And when you feel like that, again, it's become easier. We have concept of, oh, pain in my leg is hurting, my body is hurting. When we have concept of my body, my leg is hurting, that's why it's difficult to face the unpleasant sensation. And that is also the reason we have to have less attachment, or we have to have less concern about the body. If we show so much concern, then again it becomes difficult. This is how we have to apply at that moment. And if you observe closely, at times that kind of feeling arises, like pain is being apart from body, or you feel it is, the pain is not something happening in your body, or the concept of the leg, the concept of like the body subsides. When you zoom into that pain, by trying in this way, if it doesn't work, if you feel difficult, if you face difficult, then zoom out for a while. Zoom out for a while and observe from a distance. And when you feel relieved, comfortable, relaxed, again zoom in, then again zoom out. So you can play with unpleasant sensation in this way. While you are playing, you are developing the uplifting energy. While you are doing that, you are developing uplifting energy. Zoom in, zoom out, keep playing. While you keep playing, when you keep playing, so at that time also pain may subside, or you may see the dissolving of the pain changes. Stay, if it's still not, if pain is still keeps growing, getting stronger, and become really hard, then ignore. If possible, then ignore. Ignore that pain, come back to abdomen to observe rising and falling with extra energy. You will need extra energy to avoid the pain. So come back to abdomen with extra energy. Any other object. If not abdomen, any other object to observe. So just avoid that pain. If it's still not working, if it is really being tough, severe pain, then still there are many things to apply. You may motivate your mind. There are many things to motivate. You may motivate the same thing. The body is like essenceless, the life is essenceless, or the lottsomeness of body we call Asubha Bhavana, contemplating the disgusting parts of the body, how disgusting this body is. Again, to develop the disattachment towards the body. Contemplating the lottsomeness of body is to develop disattachment. Again, to minimize the concern towards body and life. It is getting harder again because still concern is there. Mind is still concerns about body and life. So you may contemplate about the lottsomeness of the body, or you may contemplate about the death itself. Like a death is sure, death is certain. Anytime death may come, death is certain, anytime it may come. After 1 year, after 6 months, after 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 15 days, 10 days, 5 days, within 2 days, within 24 hours. You can contemplate in this way one by one. I'm just saying fastly, but you can contemplate one by one. Oh, it is certain to date. Date is certain. Date may come anytime, within a year. Then minimize the time period. Oh no, within 6 months. Oh no, within 3 months. Or within 1 month. Within 15 days, 10 days. And then within 24 hours. Within 12 hours, 6 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. And then minimize until, oh, within 1 second. Within 1 second. Or within this in-breathe and out-breathe, death may come. This is the reality of the death. There is no guarantee of our body and life. While contemplating, you may develop the sense of urgency. When we contemplate about the reality of the death, the sense of urgency develops. So mind become energetic. Mind become energetic. So again, the energy uplifts, elevates, easy to face pain again. But there are the people who are not there enough to contemplate about the death. So it is not recommended to those who are like very much, who has so much fear about the death. So for them, It is not recommended. Or those who have not such a mind, they can contemplate about the death as well. Or maybe contemplating the benefits of the energy, what benefits you can enjoy when you uplift the energy, when you go through this pain, or the concentration that you can develop without changing posture, without shifting the body, or there are many the ways to uplift the energy. You may contemplate the sufferings of the lower existence. Oh, by any chance, if I were born in lower existence, I wouldn't have chance to practice meditation. I wouldn't have this opportunity. So contemplating the miseries of lower existences, contemplating about the path itself. Oh, this is not the ordinary path. This is the path that the noble, all the Buddhas, silent Buddhas, noble ones practice to become fully enlightened, to become noble ones, to free from suffering. I am on the same way, on the same path. Oh, this is not the ordinary. I should be energetic. So many things to contemplate. If you contemplate, then energy uplifts. So this is how there are many ways to uplift develop the second level of effort. And if you uplift your effort, then you do not surrender. You will not surrender, you will not slacken, you will face the unpleasant sensation no matter what, with disregard of body and life. So this is how we apply this seventh and eighth cause to develop, to sharpen the controlling faculties. And by applying uplifting energy, when you become able to beat the pain, when you become able to go through the pain, so confidence develops. Confidence develops. Next time, when you face the unpleasant sensation or pain, now less fear, more confidence. Oh, last time I have already overcome this pain. I have already gone through this pain. If same or similar type of pain arise, that kind of confidence arise. Just as like if you have beaten the opponent rival in boxing, if you have to face him or her again, then there is no fear. Confidence is there, self-confidence is there. Oh, I have beaten him. So that kind of confidence. So once you beat, you overcome the pain, then confidence. If you beat for second time, then again another level of confidence. So the more you beat, overcome the pain, unpleasant sensation, the more confidence. self-confidence develops, and of course energy develops. Later you will be able to challenge the pain. Okay, come on. So not only that, as you observe the pain again and again, mind become quite used to observe the pain. Now, like, no, pain does not affect your mind anymore. And pain does, like mind does not react anymore to pain. Pain becomes like a pleasant pain. Still unpleasant, but it is supposed to be pleasing, because now it's become very easy, because your endurance patience, your patience level is very good, your energy is very good, your concentration is very good. You can go deep into the unpleasant sensation, pain. So pain is not more unpleasant. Unpleasant sensation is no more unpleasant. Means no more hurting you, your mind. So it doesn't hurt you anymore. So means now it becomes easy to absorb the pain. So just imagine whatever pain comes, unpleasant sensations come, you can absorb deeply. Means how good your energy at that time, how good your concentration at that time. And this energy concentration are developed through this seventh and eighth causative factor, because you show the less concern toward, or less attachment towards body and life, and you overcome through the uplifting energy. So uplifting energy is needed, and the less attachment or less concern towards body and life is needed to sharpen the controlling faculties. If we don't have, for a long time, sometimes we stuck in pain, or every sitting, same pain. Every sitting have to face the same pain. And at times, even yogis become afraid of sitting. Oh, same pain I am going to face. Oh, same pain I am going to face. Even he or she become afraid of going to do sitting meditation. So that's why try your best to go through that pain and unpleasant sensation, and that is how we can sharpen our effort itself. Then mindfulness, concentration, if you deepen into, if you penetrate into the pain, then you may see the impermanence nature of pain, suffering nature of pain, and of course selflessness of the pain. That's why may you all able to apply these two, again, seventh and eighth causative factors, to sharpen the controlling faculties. And by application of these controlling faculties, may you able to develop, sharpen the controlling faculties.